True lovers, let's be real. Finding your soulmate these days feels like trying to download a movie on a dial-up Wi-Fi while your grandma is on the landline, your cat is chewing the router, and the universe is like, try again later. It's like, are they coming or are they stuck in a line at the past life DMV? Hi, I'm Haim with Be Love Media, and today we'll chat about the juncture between the wisdom of the Tao Te Ching Verse 45, translated by Stephen Mitchell, and your love life. I'm passionate about helping you align your heart with divine flow, release the chase, and call in the kind of soulmate connection that doesn't just complete you, but reflects the wholeness you already are. If you stick around till the end of this video, you'll be invited to recite together with me the ultimate affirmation to attract your ultimate soulmate. So, true lovers, don't forget to subscribe, like, and tap that bell like it's your higher self trying to get your attention in a dream. And before we jump into verse 45, I just want to tell you briefly how I found myself diving into intense shadow work with these amazing 81 verses of the Tao Te Ching and why. Early 2020, right before the pandemic of 2020 erupted, I found myself divorced for the third freaking time. Yes, third. Your ears are not clogged. You're hearing me right. And what was clear to me at that time was that whatever I was doing, no matter how well-intended, in these last 3 significant marriages, significant relationship that is, was wrong, was founded in potentially a desire to suffer, in desire to relive my child trauma, and I had plenty of that. And not only my third relationship was not better than the second and the first, as in that I've learned some lessons over time, but it was my worst. I found myself waking up one day during that relationship, realizing that I am married to a covert narcissist who couldn't possibly be more childish, selfish, self-centered, and straight up egotistical. And the fact that we had a child together, who at the time I left that relationship was barely 3 years old and had autism, didn't make her be less selfish. But before we gang on my ex and blame her for everything, let's be clear about something. It takes 2 to tango. So if I attracted into my life a covert, selfish narcissist, that can only happen if I was the perfect match for such a partner. Which in my case meant, among other things, that I did not love myself. I did not have enough self-worth to avoid such a toxic relationship with somebody who would mistreat me, verbally abuse me, and whatnot. And I did not understand that I, just like all of you, deserve to have a harmonious, synergetic, kind, and loving partner. However, from the moment I left that relationship and committed to intense shadow work, which partly had to do with studying the Tao Te Ching and implementing it both in my divorce journey, where I had to be really careful not to stoop into the level that I was invited to by my ex, a toxic, hateful, revengeful kind of journey of tit for tat, but rather keep my vibration high, practice as much compassion I could muster for myself, but also for her, my toxic divorce partner, and at the same time elevate my energy, my vibration high enough, be the amazing partner I want to attract, be that partner myself first, so that 18 months later, sure enough, an amazing woman came into my life. Rachel. The kindest, gentlest, sweetest, quite sensual, and loving woman I've ever met, who is now my wife, best friend, and stepmother to our child. It took a lot of work, but it was worth every minute. So, let's dive in. Verse 45, as translated by Stephen Mitchell. Open quote. Great perfection seems chipped, yet it is not impaired. Great fullness seems empty, yet it is inexhaustible. Great straightness looks crooked. Great skill appears clumsy. Great eloquence sounds like stammering. Movement overcomes cold. Stillness overcomes heat. Stillness and clarity set the world in order. Close quote. So, how did I use this verse in my own journey? Well, true lovers, I started with the heartbreak of my third divorce that I just told you. And I felt like I needed a punch card for breakups. One more and your next one's free. But instead of spiraling into blame or romantic exile, like I can imagine some of you watching this video did or still doing, I leaned into the wisdom of this verse. Great fullness seems empty. Yeah, that was me. I felt hollow, but I trusted that emptiness wasn't the end. It was sacred space being cleared. And stillness and clarity set the world in order. That became my mantra. I spent 18 months doing deep shadow work, facing the parts of me I had ghosted long before anyone else did, and most days meditating close to 1 hour a day. Something I never done before that dark phase in my life. I wasn't trying to find someone anymore. I was becoming someone worth finding. Someone who aligned with the great unseen perfection the Tao describes. So, let's declare yourself to be loved. Here are 10 affirmations I used and still use to magnetize love, not from desperation, but from the Tao of wholeness. Feel free to join me. I am already whole and deeply worthy of love. I honor the love I am before seeking love from another. I trust divine timing, even when it feels like buffering. My stillness is magnetic. I call in a partner who mirrors my healed self. I release the illusion of lack and return to my center. Love flows to me as I become love itself. I allow spaciousness between relationships to deepen my clarity. I radiate love without expectation. I am love. I am love. I am love. So true lovers, if this video sparked a light bulb or even just a little laugh, please like, comment, share, and subscribe, because your soulmate might be in the comment section right now. Or watching this video too, wondering if you're out there looking up the Tao Te Ching on YouTube instead of swiping right. Stay radiant, stay real, stay in the Tao of love. I'll see you next time on Be Love Media.